Hey kids! November 24th, gun buck season. Yay! I went out hunting a little earlier today. Had a bear walk by me. Woo! I got some video on it. So if you want to check out my channel, go to the shorts. It'll be a little short one. It's about a minute and a half. And you can see it out there. It's the camera doesn't do it justice. It was about 30 feet from me. But I have a 30-06 in my hand, so it was absolutely no problem. In fact, I tracked it for a little while. Yeah, if you notice, I've been sealing everything with foam sealer. And I just ran out of everything that I had, but I've still got some stuff to do. Probably about 3, maybe 4 more cans will do it. I've used 12. The only reason why I'm doing the sealant, the foam, spray foam in it, is because of sometimes the capboard doesn't quite fit, and you don't want the moisture in. So, yeah. We've been sealing, and some of the boards got cracks in them, so I have to seal up the cracks. That one's still got to go a little bit more, but I'll get it when I do this one. This is the only one over the bed I have to finish, and then I have to finish up here, and all these going up. So I've got a little bit more to go. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so if I can get some more tomorrow, I will put it up because I'm going to be inside. So, I guess, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. If I don't get it tomorrow, tomorrow's going to rain, then in the next couple of days it'll be, so-so for heat, but I can get a couple more cans. About 3, maybe 4. I'll get 4 if I need it. I need it. If I don't, I don't. Some of these boards were kind of wide, so it takes a little bit more. I tried to use it as sparingly as possible, but when you're kind of all over in your back and stuff, it doesn't quite work all that great. But for the most part, we got her all socked up. Because once you open one, once you start on one of those cans, you can't stop. There's just no way. You can't stop. It's a one-use can only. And so some of this, like if you can see the sunlight coming through there, that's okay. But I'll probably put a little bit more on there. Like right there. I mean, it'll work. I ain't gonna just leave it alone because it's socked up nice and it's nice. I mean, I'm trying not to get very much sunlight through it. Now, like I've got like that one's really light, so I'll put some more on it. But yeah, this is day 2 of doing this because I ran out yesterday. Had to get some more cans, and now I run out today. The other day I had 4 cans plus 2 big tall cans. Yesterday I got 6 small cans. And so I'm looking at it going at least 3, if not 4. Because I've got, it's mostly the upper part of the boards that I'm doing. And that gets into where I'm using a little bit extra. And then have to go across that right there. I got most of it done. But see, like how this one's showing a lot of sunshine, it's going to take a little bit of foam. And then socking up the little thing. So about 3 or 4 cans. That'll do. Then over here, I did chinking the other day, as you can see, da-da-da-da-da-da, and then I've been just using moss up against the boards. And we'll go up from there. But I've been putting this in and shoving it in and making it extra thick. So tomorrow, if I don't do foam, I will be in here doing that. I have a whole bag of sawdust right here. I don't know if you can see that from where I was cutting. So, and then I have more moss sitting there on the floor. Yeah, it's going to be a cleanup. I've got spray foam remnants everywhere. But that's okay. They just pick right up off the boards like it's never ever been there. I'll bring up a some kind of serrated knife in the next few days and trim them all up. But right now, it can look just like that for a long time. So until I get to where I need to be. Tomorrow, even though it's hunting, it's going to be raining. I'll bring the gun up, and just in case. But it's supposed to rain pretty good tomorrow, and so we are just going like crazy on this. Like I said, during gun buck, I'll probably be up here way early, since I have the lantern. I can see. But boy, this morning I got up here dark. I had my little itty bitty flashlight with me. I started that thing up, and you could see light out the walls when you go outside. So it gets awful bright in here. So that's a good thing. But today it was really foggy when I started, and now it looks like this. But that bear walked through, so I didn't see any deer this morning. When there's a predator around, the deer are not around. So here in just a little bit, it's time for the deer to move. So I'm going to throw my orange vested coat back on. Grab the gun. This time I'm grabbing gloves because when I was out there this morning, my hands got cold. But I got gloves and I got all kinds of stuff to keep me warm. I left my insulated bib overalls down at the house today because it's not too bad. It's going to get up about 60, but that little bit of wind that's coming through the trees up above, it's cold. So yeah, it was a surprise to have that bear walk right by me this morning. I was up and I was actually changing position. I was walking about 200 yards back towards my cabin, but I'm up on the upper, there's another little flat road type thing up there, like what I built my cabin on. And I was walking along that and happened to catch a glimpse of something moving off to my left-hand side down the hill. And I thought, deer, I'm going to get it. That thing came around that tree that it stopped behind. And I was like, that ain't a deer. And I raised up my gun and clicked off the safety. And I was like, that thing come even close to me, because he can smell me. If he comes even close to me, I'm going to blow his ass away. And so be it. I can get 2 bear this year. It's no biggie. But I didn't want to take him yet. It's not quite season. That happens next month. I could have taken him and fibbed about when I got him, but he's a big male. He weighed 500 and some pounds. He's big. So I just decided, no, I'm not going to pull the trigger if he's not going to come towards me. So anyways, kids, we are just having fun. We're just having a blast. I've been keeping the fire going in here even when I'm gone. It is bitey chilly out there. So I throw on big logs so they'll sit there and smolder. Like so. And yeah. So I'm almost finished with the roof. Chinking's basically the last thing. Because what I'll do is that little rock that I put up on top of the fireplace, when I get a bag of this chinking done, I'll just slide the bucket right out there, mud that all up because it ain't going to hurt none. Because it's just mud with sawdust in it, it'll turn into a brick. But I'll mud that all up, get that done, because that's just the top. It won't take me 5 minutes to do that. But the rest of this is closing up these walls and such. And then when I get over to that wall, I got to pull out all that moss chinking. And I got to start mossing around just the perimeter of everything. Just like what I was doing right here. You put it right up against the boards, and then you go up the edge, then you come down the edge, then you come over here, and then you go up the edge, then you go down the edge, then you and come meet it back up over here. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to pull the chinking out from around the door. I'm actually going to mud that. Even the door jamb. The door frame, jamb, whatever you want to call it. The door itself, I'm not going to do anything with it. I have to, at the end of the month, I'm going to go get some big, wide, thick foam, door foam that you use on the house that kind of seals it. And I will put a couple of strips on that. I'll staple it. And then after it rains tomorrow, the next day, I've got to go down there and split those 2 or 3 logs down there for the wood inside. I will slide it inside, no big deal. At the same time, I'm going to cut that window in. And I forgot to bring it today, but I've got, until I get the plexiglass for this, I've got some heavy-duty thick plastic, clear plastic. And what I'll do is I'll put 2 or 3 sheets of that over the window and staple it all up. That way I can just pull the staples out when I want to. Or if I see a deer, I can take a knife and go quick, 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 and cut a little hole in it, shoot the deer, and then I can just go out there with some tape or something and tape it back up. I got some like black electrical tape up here. That works. But I can bring up some duct tape. Duct tape. So anyways, that's all I'm doing today. So I think I'm going to go back out hunting. I've got 2 bucks and 3 does to get just with the gun in 3 weeks. Which is doable. And then after that, bear season runs in there in the midst of all that, all the way to the end of the December. But it's still archery season, and I still have 4 or 5 deer to get. Five deer. I got 1, just a little doe. But yeah, I've got quite a few deer I can get this year. I'm filling freezers. Got a big stand-up freezer right now. I can get another one. That thing's going to be so packed full of deer meat, I don't care. And then, through the year, I don't got to buy a lot of meat. I'm going to buy chicken and pork and beef. But for the most part, I will have deer and bear. Because I can get 2 bear this year. And that big old male, I almost should have cracked a shot off out of him. But he's here all the time. Same time, every morning. Yesterday I saw him when I was coming up here in the dark. He was going the opposite direction. But the way his bear prints are, and where his scat is at, he goes up the same frickin' trail every day, right around the same time. So, yeah. He's going to be in my freezer. And there's a big female. She's not pregnant. She doesn't have cubs. So if I can get a hold of her, I'll tag her. And she's 500 to 600 pounds. She's big. So, but yeah, it was just kind of like I was just walking and I just happened to stop and I glanced over to my left-hand side. And here's this thing kind of mirroring where I'm going. and he's walking up the hill as I'm walking forward. We would have met. And I was like, oh no, we're not going to do that. And he looked in my direction about 3 or 4 times. He knew I was there. But I didn't go hoe-bay or nothing. I just lifted the rifle up, lifted the camera up. I got video on it, so I may just drop that on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah. So anyways, this just be me. In the midst of still building the cabin. It is gun season. So, and I'm the only one up here hunting on my property. I've got all my gates and stuff put up. Nobody coming up. And I've got my truck in the road, so nobody can go around. So, I've got this whole 120 acres up here. I get a hunt all by my little lonesome. I heard a rifle crack way earlier this morning, but it was down the holler. So anyways, this will be me. And in the meantime, kiddos, always remember, you're not me, I'm me. You're you. Anyways, see ya.